Hello everybody! Welcome back to another monthly TBR video. This one is for the month of October, which is my favorite month of the year, partially because it is my birthday month, but partially because I love the fall. I like the feeling of like it being cold outside but being inside snuggled up with a blanket and a book and a hot drink. Like that's one of my favorite things. And also I really like wearing sweaters, hoodies, those types of things. So this is the perfect time of year for me. I'm really looking forward to my birthday. I'm looking for like just all of it. It's a great month. So I'm hoping that my TBR game is a little bit nice to me, is kind of like a here's a nice birthday present for you type thing. But we should check out how I did for the month of September because that might affect how the game goes for October. So I had a pretty hefty stack for the month of September. I have some longer books on here, but I also had a few shorter books on here as well. So we had Dawn Shard for a spinner wheel free pick, which I did not read. We had It Ends With Us for a paperback booktuber fave, which I also did not read. Keeper of the Lost Cities 8 for a middle grade, which I did read. The Fall for a black hole pick, which I also read. Invisible Kingdom for a black hole pick, which I read. The Tainted Cup for a 3-name author, I also read that one. The Atlas Complex for a female author, which I also read. And then Oathbringer for a book over 700 pages, which I did not read. So clearly I failed for the month of September. Now I kind of like intentionally decided not to read Oathbringer and Dawn Shard because the live show for Edge Dancer is going to be this week, and so I just decided that this weekend, so I decided I would wait to read them until after that. So it was a little bit intentional, but yeah, I failed. I failed for the month of September, which means we have to put another black hole on the board. So those of you who've been watching for a while know that I don't have another black hole to put on the board. I've been a little bit lazy and I have not cut another one out. I was hoping I would never have to use it again, but I'm once again going to be putting on my little paper airplane that's made out of metal in its place. So what I do is I get a random number generator on my phone and I put 1 through 34 for the number of spaces that are on the board. I randomly generate, and whatever number I get, I will put the black hole paper airplane on that spot. I mean, right now, our extra black holes are both on the very first row, so I would not be sad if we put the other one, this next one, on that same first row. I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. We'll see. Okay. Generate. 33. That is so close to the end. Oh, I was really hoping for one that was closer to the beginning, that I don't have as far back to go if I hit it, but what can you do? I guess we are going to be putting it close to the end. It's not exactly starting off great for us, but let's see how it goes. Maybe we won't even hit it. Okay, here we go. Putting the paper airplane, metal airplane, whatever you want to call it, on as my black hole once again because I'm terrible. Oh, 33. That's just mean. At least it is covering a sun. I feel like that's the only good thing about putting that extra black hole on the board at that location. And I don't know why I didn't just count backwards. Actually, I kind of do. It's a little bit satisfying to count forwards. So let's jump into our first roll. And you know, we could get through without hitting any black holes. I know there's 4 of them on the board, but it could happen. Roll number 1. And we get a 4. That is not a big number, but it is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love it. I don't know why I didn't know just by looking at it that that's what we were going to get. But anyway, look at us go. That is a great start. For those of you who don't know, when we get a comment, we do not have to pick a book. It's like a free spot and we just move on to the next roll. Woohoo, next roll. A 10. Wow, this is going so well. Seriously, I was so about that 10. You know, this wormhole sends us back like the shortest distance, so I'm not too mad about it, but man, I was so excited about that. It's okay. It's fine. We'll see what book we get. Oh man, I was pretty excited when we hit the comet, but then we hit a wormhole. And, you know, I'm not super mad about it. It's fine. Like I said, it is the shortest we could have gone back on a wormhole. But for those of you who don't know, when you hit the wormhole, we pull out of this jar that has all of the series that I'm in the middle of. And whichever series it is, I have to read the next book in that. There are some long series in here. There's some I'm a little bit nervous about, but there are some really, like, there's middle grade series in here. There's graphic novel series in here. So, I mean, it could go either way. I'm not 100% up to date on them, but okay, let's see what we get. What is it? Shades of Magic. Wow, I have not thought about this series in so long. Okay, I'm not mad about this. I don't feel like this was one that I was considering continuing anytime soon, because I think I probably need to reread the first one, honestly, because I think it's been maybe like 2 years since I read this series, so I will need to reread the first one, so the first book in that series is going to go on there. But here it is. We are continuing with that series. Let me grab it. Okay, it was just right over there on the shelf. So we have A Darker Shade of Magic, and this is the first one in the series. I am going to be reading this one. This is by V.E. Schwab. She's a very popular author on here. I feel like this is a signed copy. Yes, it is. And I enjoyed this the first time through. It is a series that I was considering continuing anyways. Like, this is when I was planning on eventually continuing. I just wasn't necessarily planning on it now, which is kind of the whole point of the jar. It helps me to continue series that I wasn't necessarily wanting to or thinking about right now. But this is now on the TBR. This is an adult fantasy series with like parallel Londons. You have like red, gray, and white London, I think. And then there's like the destroyed black London. We have someone who can jump between them. I am intrigued. I'm excited to like jump back into this world. It's just not what I was thinking I would put on for the first book of my TBR this month, but I will trust the board and the jar's judgment. Next roll. I don't even know what we don't want to get. Oh, 8. I think that's okay. I think that's safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Moon. Can do. And the prompt is a book that ends in an odd page number. Okay. Okay, we got a moon, and the prompt is a book that ends in an odd page number. And for this, I am going to put on the first book in the Amulet series by Kazu Kibuishi. I recently went to the book release signing event for Brandon Sanderson's children book that he wrote, and Kazu was the illustrator for that book, so he was there as well. Got to meet him. He was so cool, so nice. He signed this book for me and drew a cute little picture in there, so really excited to jump into the series. I think this is an YA graphic novel series, and I don't really know what exactly this is about, but it looks like it's going to be fantasy. I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Plus, I like kind of like putting a shorter book on the TBR because I'm a little bit nervous with the start. It wasn't terrible, but I think starting with this one is probably a good call. Okay, keep the good vibes going. An 11, that is a beautiful number. Ooh, okay, that was a little too close for comfort. I was really happy as we were going along and I started to get nervous, but we are in a good spot. We got a moon, and our prompt is a retelling. Ugh, I get this prompt all the time and it's really hard for me. Okay, I'll try it. Okay, we got another moon. The prompt was retelling. I feel like we get this prompt quite frequently, but for this one, I'm going to be reading a book on my Kindle. It is actually a novella, and it is the second book in the, like a dark Peter Pan retelling, and the second book is called The Dark One. This is an like erotic Peter Pan, Wendy and the Lost Boys retelling, and I enjoyed the first one. I think it has a really interesting story as well, which is something that when I do read spicy books, I like to have a good, intriguing, interesting plot line along with it, which I do think that this series has. I like the darker aspects of it, and I just had a good time with the first one, and so I'm planning on continuing with the series, so I think this will be a good one to go on. I don't really have that many retelling options. I have several retellings, so just not as many that I want to throw on, so I feel like it's a good idea to continue on with a series. Okay, we can't get a 1, so we're safe there. We don't want a 6 or an 8. Ooh, this is a really nerve-wracking spot to be in. Okay, here we go. I feel like 8s are such common numbers to roll. Oh man, okay. Ah, 6! I was so nervous about the 8s. And we got a 6. Oh, man. Really? Ugh. Okay, it's fine. That's okay. We have only gotten, like, we don't have that many books on yet. This will be fine. I feel like hitting this one, it almost feels like I should go somewhere instead of going back to the beginning because of it being the airplane. But no, we are zippity-doo-dah back to the beginning. That's okay. You know, this isn't that bad. This is only going to be the 4th book on the TBR. We can make this work. This is not the worst thing that could happen. Oh, I feel like I jinxed myself. I feel like I jinxed myself saying that we might not even hit it when I put the black hole that close to the end of the board. And so, of course, we hit it. Oh, I can't believe we are back to the beginning. I didn't even put the lid back on this because I guess I just subconsciously knew we were going to have to draw another one. Now that we're back at the beginning, I am a little bit more nervous about what it's going to draw for me. I would like it to be a graphic novel or middle grade or novella series. I really don't want to see Wheel of Time popping out of here, but we shall see. Okay, I got one. Okay, it's a little... What do we see? What do we got? Realm of the Elderlings. I feel like this just came out recently. Does anyone else feel like I like picks, like they come out multiple times in a row? It's like when I picked Faithful and the Fallen, I swear like every other month for a while there. I think that the jar is just like, if you don't read it, I'm gonna give it to you again. It's like, it's sassy like that. So here we go, we're back at the beginning and we are putting on a chunky adult high fantasy, very emotional book onto this TBR. I am really excited to continue on with this series. This is one I'm really, really looking forward to, but I am a little nervous because it's going on and we are back at the beginning and we have 4 black holes on the board. So the panic's setting in a little bit, even though I am really excited to jump back into this world. I absolutely love Robin Hobb's writing, her characters. Fitz and the Fool are 2 of my favorite characters in fiction of all time. I absolutely love them. I really, really want to jump back into the series. I'm just really nervous right now. Like, this is a great pick, but also not a great pick. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be fine. We're okay. A 10! See, that's beautiful. We love it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another moon. Have we gotten anything but moon prompts? A self-published book. You know, I've been reading a decent number of these lately. This should be okay. Okay, here we go with another moon prompt. This one is self-published. And I might regret this, but the book that I'm putting on is The Rise of the Phoenix by E.S. Fryer. This is a book that my sister sent me, and this is an adult high fantasy book that is set in a world where this main character decides to be turned into a Phoenix, even though it is illegal, in order to get revenge or to like accomplish her goals that she wants to. And I am very intrigued by the premise. This is a self-published book, and there were already like a little bit of grammar and typo things on the back, so I'm nervous of what the inside will be like, but I think it sounds interesting, it sounds intriguing, and I am trying to catch up on the books that my sister has sent me. We're doing this thing where we exchange books. Well, I send her a book and she sends me a book every month that fits a specific prompt. This is the book for July, so I am quite a bit behind. I would love to be able to get all of the books she has sent me so far that I haven't read onto this TBR, but this is the one for July, so I feel like I need to get it on, and I'm excited to read it. I am looking forward to it, but this is also kind of a chunky book, so I could regret this. I could end up regretting this, but I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it goes well. Roll number 2. Come on, be nice. A 6. I think that's still good. I think it's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another moon. What is going on? Okay, our prompt is a book with sprayed edges. I have several of those. This shouldn't be too terrible, I hope. Okay, we got another moon. What is happening here? Prompt with sprayed edges, and I know I have a ton of books with sprayed edges. I know that, but I'm bending this rule just a little bit because I want to fit this book onto my TBR, and that is The Crimson Moth by Kristen Ciccarelli, I think is how you say her name. Now, the copy I have does not have sprayed edges, but my niece has a copy that has sprayed edges. So I'm gonna count it because it's my game and I'm gonna bend the rules a little bit. So I am counting my niece's copy as the sprayed edge copy of this book because this is actually my Patreon buddy read for the month of October. I'm really excited for it because it is about witches, and I think that's really fitting for the month of October. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to read together. I've heard so many people absolutely love this book, so I'm really looking forward to it. I may try to convince my niece to buddy read this with me so it fits the prompt a little bit more, so at least someone will be reading the sprayed edged version of this book, even if it's not me. But this is the UK version. It is called The Crimson Moth in the UK. I think it's called Heartless Hunter in the US. I can put their cover over it, but I just like this cover better, and so I decided to grab this one instead. But I'm pretty sure this is a witch who is trying to rescue other witches because the government or society is trying to kill them all, purge the witches from their society. She's trying to rescue them, and to throw suspicion off of herself, she decides to date a witch hunter. I could be wrong on this. I think that's what it's about, but I'm really looking forward to it. People just absolutely have been loving this book, so really looking forward to reading this, chatting about it with my patrons, maybe my niece as well. So yeah, this is going on the TBR, and I don't care that I bent the rules. It's my game. Okay, here we go, chugging along. An 8. I think that's good. I think this is good. We're moving along. This is going well. Another moon. This is absolutely insane. We've got nothing else. A special edition. This is like the exact same prompt. Again. Okay, that's fine. We will do it again. Somehow we got another moon prompt. This one is special edition, which I feel like is a little bit too close to sprayed edges. I don't know how those two popped up right one after the other, but this one actually I'm gonna put on is Keeper of the Lost Cities book 8.5. And I think this may look like the regular cover, but this is actually the Barnes & Noble special edition one. So it has that, and then it has a little bit of like a poster underneath as well. So this is a special edition, but not like from a book box or anything. So yeah, I was actually kind of excited that I was able to find a book to put on that's a special edition outside of the book boxes, which is a little bit rare for me. This series is a middle grade series that follows a girl who grew up in the human world, then found out she was an elf. She has these magical abilities. She has these secrets locked in her head, and she's out to save the world with her friends, essentially. I am now on book 8.5 in this series. I think there's going to be 10 books in this series. I discussed it in my comments last time with one of y'all. And so there should be 10 books eventually in this series. This one it has some like novellas in it. It has like character background information. So it's not really like another full book in the series, but it is super long. So I don't know. It's weird to call it a half book when it's so long, so chunky. But middle grade books tend to be pretty quick reads for me, so I'm not too worried putting this on, even though it's getting to be a little bit long of a TBR. I think this should be fine. Okay, we are in a precarious situation. 1, 2, 3. We don't want a 4 or a 9 or an 11. Nah, it's fine. We will do it. Come on, good numbers. A 6. 6 is good. I know 6 is good. Okay. Another moon. Are you kidding me? This is insane. And our prompt is a book over 500 pages because of course it is. Okay, we got, is anyone surprised? We got another moon prompt. Prompt is a book over 500 pages. And I don't think anyone's going to be surprised by this, honestly. I'm putting on Oathbringer as the book for this prompt. This has been going on to my TBR the past 2 months, and this month it's going to happen because I will have caught up on all of my live shows for the books before this one, so it will make a lot more sense for me to jump into it. I may do some reading sprints to help me get through this book. This one's chunky, it has so much information in it. I feel like the world opens up a lot in this book, and I'm really excited to jump back into it, kind of dive into the nitty-gritty of the world that I might have missed the first time through because I was so like invested in the plot of the book. I absolutely love the Stormlight Archive. This is an adult high fantasy series by Brandon Sanderson set within his Cosmere world, and we are following mainly the Alethi people as they are fighting this war to avenge their king that was killed. They're fighting against these people called the Parshendi who assassinated their king. And I think this is such a well done series. The world is great. I love the characters. And the Sanderlanches in this series are phenomenal. I remember the ending to this book. I could not put it down. It just had me in the chokehold and I absolutely loved it. So I'm excited to read it again because I feel like I don't remember everything, so hopefully it has a little bit of that same effect this time around as well. Okay, we're serious this time. We don't want a 3 or a 5. Anything else we will be happy with. No 3s, no 5s. Here we go. Come on, be nice to me. A 5, you have got to be kidding me. Why does it hate me? Why does it hate me so much today? Oh. 5. I mean, is it a plus side that we hit a different black hole? I don't know if it is or not. But here we are. We are now back to the beginning for the second time this game. It's like it knew I didn't take advantage of the easier TBR, and now it's like, you know what? If you're not going to take advantage of the easy one, we're just going to give you a harder one. I cannot believe that we hit another black hole. It is a different one, though. I mean, in the game's defense, we have hit a different wormhole or black hole each time. So it's not like it's sucking us into the same one. But we are now back at the beginning again, and I just put Oathbringer on the TBR. Oh, this could go badly. And I even put the lid back on this time, hoping that it would like give me good karma that I wouldn't have to draw another one. Oh man, my hopes were so high for that. Oh man, I cannot imagine. Can you imagine if Wheel of Time came out now? Like, that would be the end. There would be absolutely no way. No way. Oh, this is so bad. Okay, I just need to draw. I need, like, I can't make myself draw because I am so nervous that I'm gonna pull out Wheel of Time. Or what if I pulled out Realm of the Elderlings again? Oh, there's some dangerous books in here. Okay. Be nice to me. Be nice. Please be nice. Oh, what a Wayward Children would be great. Oh, I don't even know. Okay, let's see. Let's see. What do we have? Can we see it? I can't see it. I can't read it. Monsters. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, whew. I feel like my heart is pounding so hard right now. So like, calm down. Deep breaths. Monstrous. This is perfect. This is a graphic novel series. And I was doing so well keeping up with it for a while. I was reading the books like as they came out, but I think it's the 8th volume has come out a little while ago and I still haven't read it. So this is so perfect. Oh, I'm so excited. Putting it back in the jar won't help because there's not another one out. Dang it. Oh well. Hopefully I don't have to draw another one. So it took me a minute to find it because it wasn't with the other monstrous graphic novels, and then my battery died. So I am finally back, and here I have Monstrous Volume 8 Inferno. This is an adult high fantasy graphic novel series that follows this girl who has magical powers inside of her, and she is in this conflict. Her world is at war and both sides want her to either like kill her or use her power, and it is really good. I love it. I love the art style. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Here's like a little bit of the art style. I just think it is so pretty. I absolutely love it. So I'm excited to jump back into this. I'm hoping I remember enough of it because it is pretty complicated and sometimes I forget who characters are, how they're involved, those types of things. Like there's a lot of political stuff going on in here, but I am really excited. So I'm very glad that this is what the Black Hole Jar picked for us because we're back at the beginning. Our stack is huge and I'm getting a little nervous. Okay, essentially roll number 1 again. A 3. That is not what we want, but at least we're not going back to the beginning. It's another moon. I don't know how this is happening, but we've gotten nothing but moon prompts. A TBR vet. That's fine. I probably have a lot of those. Okay, to no one's surprise, we got another moon. The prompt is TBR vet. And for this, I'm going to put on Dawn Shard because it is a veteran of TBRs because it was on my TBR for last month. And probably before that, let's be honest, I just can't remember. So Dawn Shard is going on. This is the novella that follows Oathbringer. So I will be reading this after I read Oathbringer, but I need to put a little bit shorter books on here. Like this one is good. This one I like. I'm happy to be fitting it on. It's much more reasonable. It is a novella. The stack's just getting so long at this point that I'm a little bit nervous. So this one just needed, this one needed to go on for like my mental health. Come on, really big numbers. A 9, yay. I think that's good. I do not know what is happening in this game. We're gonna run out of moon prompts. Okay, I want a book that has a weapon on the cover and is less than 300 pages. This sounds a little bit difficult to do, but we will see. I do not know how this is happening. So many moons. We got a double moon and we got a book less than 300 pages and has a weapon on the cover. And for this, I'm actually really excited to be putting on the second book in the Amulet series. This one is The Stonekeeper's Curse. And this one is less than 300 pages. It's 2 something. And it has the little fox guy there has a sword on his back. And I think she's using some sort of like spear in that. I can't tell exactly what it is, but we have weapons on the cover. It's less than 300 pages. I'm very glad that this was able to go on because it is a graphic novel, so it should be a decently quick read, and we all know that I need that right now. So this is a great choice. I'm excited about it. This is also signed and has a cute little drawing by the author as well. So yeah, love it. Come on. Big numbers. You can do it. A 3. That's not a big number. That is not a big number at all. Look at that. Our first non-moon prompt of the game is a middle grade book. Okay. I kind of feel like I've almost given up trying to pick easier books to make my life easier, but I finally got a prompt that is not a moon, it's a star. The prompt is middle grade, and for that I am putting on the 9th book in the Keeper of the Lost City series. I do not have the cover for it. I took it off when I let my mom borrow it, but this is called Stellar Loon, and this is a middle grade series. This is the last book that I have of this series, and I think that the 10th one comes out sometime later this year or maybe early next year. So I will be completely caught up with the series after I finish this book, which is why I'm kind of allowing myself to put it on, even though it is so long and my TBR is already so long. Again, it is a middle grade though, so it is a faster read than other books that are this long, but this is definitely going to make my TBR longer. I'm gonna have to do the math on how many pages is on this TBR when if we finally get to the end of it. But yeah, this is going on, and then I'll be caught up with the series, which I'm really, really excited for. Okay, big numbers. I'm telling you, give me a big one. 9. Yes, it listened. 6, 7, 8. 9. We have another moon. Are we surprised at this point? I don't think we are. A book with unique magic. Doable. Okay, we got, hey, shocker, another moon, and the prompt is unique magic. And for this, I'm going to put another of the books that my sister sent me in our kind of book exchange thing, which is The Serpent Stairs, Essence Wielder Book 1 by Dan Michelson and D.K. Holmberg. And the magic in this is there is a great serpent who grants a gift of powerful essences to those who come before him. And our main character, Dax Nelson, I'm pretty sure. Dax Nelson, yes. Got an essence that like they don't really know that much about. So I'm excited to jump into this one. I think it'll be fun. It is kind of long though. It is another chunky adult high fantasy, but I mean, look at this cover. Look how pretty that is. The magic sounds interesting. I'm really excited for this book. I think it could be so good. So yeah, this one's going on. And again, I almost feel like I've given up a little bit putting on short books, and I just might have to read all of the month of October and hope that I can get through them. Okay, now, no 4, 9, or 11. Whoa, we have been in this spot before. I have counted those same exact numbers before. Whew, let's hope that this time it turns out differently. Okay, come on, be nice to me. A 6. I really feel like that's what we got last time too. Oh, I don't know if I'm liking this. This is exactly what we got last time. Okay, a POC author, doable, can do. Ooh, I'm nervous though. I do not know how this is happening. This is absolutely insane, but we got another moon. Prompt is POC author, and I am so proud of myself, but I am now able to fit the final book that's left of the books that my sister has sent me, The Incendiaries by Aro Kwan. This author was born in South Korea, and this is kind of has that like dark academia where they're at this prestigious university, and we have this like rich girl and this scholarship boy. I think there's going to be a romance between them, but she has like some demons that she is wrestling with, and I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see how this goes, but on the plus side, it is so much shorter than the other books that I've put on. It's less than 300 pages, so hopefully this is a more manageable read for me, and it could be like a really intriguing kind of thriller book that's fast to get through. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm also hoping that this next roll is our last roll. I need it. I do not think I can, like, if I go back to the beginning again, there's absolutely no way I can win. Right now, there's like a minuscule chance I could win, but if I go back to the beginning again, like that's it. We're done. Okay, we have been in this position before. We don't want a 3 or a 5. I would really like a number greater than 5, honestly. That would make me feel so much safer. I'm going to manifest it. Here we go. Bigger than 5, bigger than 5, bigger than 5. A 7! Yes! Okay, I am so happy right now. I needed that. I really needed that. Boom! We are on the final spot. Finally. Oh, this was a workout. It feels like this was like I worked to get through this game. But we are now done and we are on to the spinner wheel. Hopefully that at least is nice to me. Yes! Oh, we are finally at the end. I don't remember the last time I was this excited to get on that star spot. Whew. Okay, those of you who don't know, I will spin a wheel of prompts and then I have 10 seconds to find a book that fits that prompt or I have to spin again. Okay, let's open it up. Okay, the prompt that we got last month was free pick, unfortunately, so I'm really hoping that we do not get that again. But, ooh, I don't know. I do have a couple books left from my stack that I brought up as possibilities, but if none of those fit, I'm gonna have to like look at my other shelves really fast and try to find one that fits. So hopefully, this goes well. Okay, ready? Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. No, not free, not free, not free. Yes! Okay, TikTok. I didn't turn up the volume very loud on that, sorry. Okay. TikTok book, TikTok book. There's so many. You know what? I'm gonna go with this. Okay. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out on this one. So I'm putting on The Most Boring Book Ever by Brandon Sanderson and Kazu Kibuishi. This is the signing that I went to recently. And I don't think this is necessarily hugely popular on TikTok because it is a children's book, but I learned about this book from TikTok and that's where I learned about the signing that was going to happen. So I am going to count it because TikTok is what brought this book into my life in the first place. So this is a children's book and I was there for the signing. It pretty much has like really boring words and really exciting, cool pictures is the concept of this book. And this will be so fast for me to get through and I'm so happy that it's going on the TBR because I need that. I need something that is fast and easy to get through. So here it is. This is going on. This is gonna be great. I'm excited. I needed this. I really needed it to end like this because I'm looking at that stack and I don't actually even know if I can hold it. Let's give it a go. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna hold up the stack, but then I probably won't hold it all the way up as I go through the books because I just can't hold it that long. I'm a weep. So we have The Dark One for a retelling. Like the point. Dark One for a retelling. Dawn Shard for a TBR vet. Fool's Assassin for a wormhole jar pick. The Incendiaries for a POC author. A Darker Shade of Magic for a wormhole pick. Keeper of the Lost Cities 9 for a middle grade. Keeper of the Lost Cities 8.5 for a special edition. The Serpent Stairs for a unique magic. Amulet 2 for a book with a weapon on the cover and less than 300 pages. Amulet 1, a book that ends in an odd page number. The Rise of the Phoenix for a self-published book. Monstrous Inferno for a wormhole pick. The Most Boring Book Ever for TikTok book. Oh, what is that? The Crimson Moth for a book with sprayed edges. And Oathbringer for a book over 500 pages. And here's my stack, and I do not know how it's even possible for me to get through all of these. I will let you know how many pages this is so that you can see. I obviously can't count right now, but this is insane. Even balancing it is really hard. Oh no, it's falling. there goes my Kindle. Just like move my toes. It's fine. We're good. Whew. Wow. If holding my TBR stack makes me that tired, the odds of me reading the whole stack are kind of slim to none, but I'm gonna give it a try. I don't know why I have a little bit of a delusion that there's a possibility that I'm going to be able to get through all these books. I don't think there's actually any possibility, but like the delusional part of me is winning right now. And I, for some reason, I'm like, you know, I could do it. I could read all these books. It could happen. I don't think it can happen, but I really like the delusional part is winning, even though the practical part is like, are you kidding me? Have you seen that stack? But I will try. I'm going to try really hard. This might mean that I have to do a extra 48-hour readathon sometime during this month in order to get through all of them, but I am going to give it a go. It may happen. It could happen. It could. I don't know. We're going to see how this goes. But if it does, if I finish this stack, I think I'm going to let myself remove 2 black holes from the board because this is an insane stack. Like, this is out of control. So I think that if I do win this month, I'm going to let myself remove 2 black holes from the board because this is probably one of the longest TBRs I've had, maybe even this year. Like, it was so mean to me this month, which is crazy because it's my birthday month. It should be nice to me. But anyway, here we are. Here's the stack. I am very excited about so many books on this TBR though. I'm very much looking forward to the books on this TBR. So hopefully that will help me get through them. And even let me know how your TBR for October is looking, what you're going to be reading, if your TBR is as out of control as mine is, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.